Dr. Mindy here, and on this video, we're going to talk about why your New Year's resolution will never work for you and what you can do differently to be able to hit your health goals this year. So if you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. We are getting 1 million people fasting this year. Fasting is our path to better health, better metabolic health. We're going to end chronic disease with fasting. So hitting your fasting goal is really crucial for the world this year. So I'm excited to share this video with you. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going to dive into mindset for a moment. And let me give you a little bit of a background on this information. What I have seen after 25 years in practice is that people do not set their goals up right, and then they fail at their goals, and then they fall back into old patterns. So my goal with these videos is not just to put out delightful information for you guys, not necessarily to entertain you. I really want to move the needle forward with your health. So these hacks I'm about to show you are really important. So let's start. I've got 6 different things to think about when you are looking at your goals and what you want to create specifically in the new year. So let's start with what I call break the pattern. So this is really important because what happens, why it doesn't work with your New Year's resolution is you have a pattern of setting the goal on January 1, you overdo it on December 31st, you start it anew on January 1, and by I think research says within 2 weeks, most people have started to fail at their goals. So your brain has that pattern. So let's not do that pattern, because the brain, before you even set the goal, the brain's like, well, this didn't work. This isn't going to work again. So change the timing. As I'm doing this video right now, it's the middle of December. I'm already working on my goals right now for the new year so that I can make sure I never fall into that failed pattern of January. So I start mine in December. If you're listening to this in January and you're like, whoops, I messed up, just do it middle of January, do it end of January. Maybe you start the goal in February, but you got to change the timing. Second is when you want to integrate something into your nervous system, you've got to do it on a regular basis. So there's a lot of science behind this. 21 days, 30 days, but you've got to do it on a regular, consistent basis. So you'll see that one of my recommendations, if you're going to use fasting this month and this year, is do something regular every single day. For example, when I wanted to integrate meditation into my life, I did it every day for 30 days. And what I did, if at any point in that 30 days I miss, what I do is I have to start the 30 days over again. I have done this to change so many habits in my life. 30-day challenge. If I miss a day, the 30 days starts over. Sometimes it takes you 90 days to do it. So if you're trying to do intermittent fasting, maybe that's a trick to start to integrate yourself into this way of life. Okay, second thing that I want to talk about is this gap. So you've got where you are today, you've got your goal, and then we've got this gap. And it's in this gap that's going to make or break your health goals. So I just did an amazing interview with Dr. John Demartini on goal setting. In fact, if you aren't listening to the Resetter podcast, we have the whole month of January is dedicated to giving you guys mental tools to be able to hit your goals. So go listen to that. And one of the things that he said that just blew my mind is part of why we don't achieve our goals is because we don't plan for the failures. And I see this with fasting all the time, where you set a goal and you see the upside of fasting, but you don't realize there may be some difficult moments. So let's identify those difficult moments right now. Maybe you're going to come up against social situations. What are you going to do? Maybe you're going to come up with moments where it's really difficult and you don't want to do it anymore. Do you have a plan for that? Maybe you're going to come up with a time where you're mentally struggling as far as dizziness or fatigue. What are you going to do then? So plan for those moments so that when they show up, you're like, yep, they're here, as opposed to what a lot of people do when the difficult moments show up is they go, oh, see, this doesn't work. and that brain pattern kicks back in, and you start to talk yourself out of a journey that's going to give you amazing results. Okay, the second thing that I want you to think about is I want you to think about having something tangible to be working on. So, for example, we're doing in my community, we do resets every other month because I like bringing people together. An event where you're practicing it together in community really works well. So whatever your goal is, if it's fitness, hire a personal trainer, start working out with a friend. You got to have something tangible so it's not just a pie in the sky dream, that you actually have a tangible moment that you're going to step into. If you want to join our January reset and do a 15-day fasting experience, we'd love to have you. Just put January reset in your comments and my team will send you a link. So, but something that's not metaphorical, like I want to lose weight. I want to get in better fitness. You want to have something that you can anchor onto that's action oriented and you can step into. Okay, other cool things that I want to talk about. The next big piece is what I call hacking your PFC. So this is your prefrontal cortex, and it is really that part of the brain that's able to see a goal and then walk through the steps that it will take to hit that goal. Now the problem is with the PFC, one of the big issues is that your amygdala, the part of the brain that is keeping you safe, is constantly shouting at you. So let's use fasting again. When you start fasting, the amygdala, what it does is it starts to say to you, this isn't safe. Why are you doing this? Oh my gosh, you're taking some advice from some crazy doctor on YouTube? Why are you doing this? It will start like squawking at you. And if you have past experiences with failed diets, failed fitness, failed fasts, that amygdala has sent a message onto your hippocampus and has told your hippocampus, hey, if this ever happens again, we need to stop this activity. So you're literally trying to override that amygdala and hippocampus. And there's one way to do that is you've got to move into the prefrontal cortex. The power of accessing your prefrontal cortex with goals is visualization. So when you set a goal, you want to make sure that you're visualizing what is going to happen when you hit that goal. Think about it. See yourself hitting the goal. See yourself enjoying the benefits of the goal. Every morning, get up and visualize what it's going to look like when that goal happens. That way, when the amygdala and hippocampus team up on you, the prefrontal cortex can come in and be like, hey, nope, we spent 20 minutes this morning already visualizing how this is going to look, so you two can shut yourselves off as we move towards what we're trying to create in the body. It's a really good, powerful hack. Okay, other cool things. Something that I call clarity, and I learned this from a book called The Rockefeller Habit. One of the ways that the Rockefeller family built their fortune is when they went about achieving a goal. They set clear, specific goals. They didn't take on too much. They had one goal, and every quarter they would address if they wanted to change that goal or if they were going to add a new goal in. So again, I see this a lot with people in the new year specifically, where they're so focused on, okay, I'm going to get in better shape. I'm going to work out. I'm going to fast. I'm going to eat really well. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to go to sleep earlier. You take on too much and you set yourself up for failure. Pick one thing and be very clear on what that one goal is that you're trying to achieve. One of my favorite books is The Happiness Project. It's an incredible book where she took every month and tried something new to be able to do to create more happiness in her life. It's a beautiful book, and you can see her journey of how successful she was just by having one thing every month that she set up. And then the last thing that I want to comment on is that the glue that keeps your goals together, that helps you move forward, is really the community that you surround yourself with. So if you're around a bunch of naysayers that are like, fasting doesn't work, don't you remember when you tried that again? People who are maybe like, I see this all the time where people are like, I don't ever set New Year's resolutions. Those are not the people you want to hang around. You want to surround yourself with people that see your potential, that support you in your endeavors, and that you can be accountable to. So accountability doesn't look like calling somebody up and saying, hey, I know I said I was going to intermittent fast every day for a month, but I'm struggling. And that person says, you've done good enough. That's not the accountability partner that you want. You want a community and an accountability partner that says, hey, don't you remember what you're trying to achieve this year? Let me support you in this. I know you've got it. I know you have the power within you. That's the kind of community and accountability you want to create around yourself. So New Year's goals, it's not as simple as just saying, hey, I want to lose weight this year. Hey, I want to improve, get off this medication or improve this health. There's a lot of little tricks you can do to retrain your brain so that you set yourself up for success. So as always, let me know. This is a big mindset video. I haven't done a lot of mindset. I love teaching mindset. So if you love learning mindsets like this, just put it in the comments. Let me know. Love learning mindset so that I can see if this is sitting with you guys, if this resonates with you. And because accountability is so important and you can be accountable to me, put your goal for 2022 in the comments. I'm going to be reading them. And you are now accountable to me, and I'm going to make sure that together we get where you want to go this year. As always, you guys are amazing. If you want to join me in my January reset, just put January reset in the comments, and then we really can get to know each other, and together we will make sure that 2022 is your best year ever. Hope that helps.